Greetings everyone, I'm Kevin and today I'm going to do February's YaTBRzy. For February I'm going to participate in 3 different readathons: Valentines-a-thon 10th to 15th of February, Buzzwordathon and Polarthon, and both Buzzwordathon and Polarthon are from the 1st to the 7th, so the first week of February. And the buzzword for Buzzwordathon is a color, so I can just pick a book that has like a color in it, a color in the title basically. And for Polarthon I am team polar bear, which I think is exciting. And the prompts for team polar bear are white cover, cold word, cozy vibes, and journey. And then of course also a polar fantasy. This is my planned TBR for Polarthon, so I hope I can fit in some of these at least to the cards from YaTBRzy. I do know that these are a lot of books. After Jade's announcement video, I tweeted her at Polarthon, of course, and asked, is there a maximum? And she said no. So here I am with 11 books on my Polarthon TBR. I went crazy, but yeah, this is a challenge for me, reading 10 books in 7 days. I have no idea what I was thinking, but yeah. And for Valentines-a-thon, there's this bingo board. I am team red. So my prompts for being in team red are Bundle of Roses, which is enemies to lovers, Daydream, which is dreamy character, and Saint Valentine, which is a fantasy or paranormal romance. So I do hope to get those in there. So without further ado, let's do the first roll. Roll number 1. Okay, I need freeze, so I'm gonna go with the freeze. I don't need those. Okay, 3. And I get 5 and a 6. I guess 2 pairs. That was not a very nice start, but okay. And that is 16. So 16 goes in there. And 16 is neither the highest or the lowest for that, which means is a prompt. So the first prompt is continue a series. That shouldn't be too difficult, I hope. So for the first roll I ended up with continue a series. Okay, I can't fit that into Polarthon. I can't fit that into Buzzwordathon, and I cannot fit that into Valentines-a-thon. So great start. But yeah, I'm gonna browse my TBR shelves, these 3 shelves, and see what I can come up with. So for continue a series, I have chosen Mylingen, which is the third, it's the 3rd book in the Pax series, which is a Swedish middle grade series based on Nordic folklore. And I have read the first 2 books and I absolutely love these books. And the 2nd book ended on a cliffhanger, so I'm excited to get to this. So second roll. Roll number 2. I don't need 2s. 2s will not give me anything. And I need 3s and I need 4s. So I'm gonna go with 3 again. And I should have gone with 4s. Oh, no! Oh my god, I didn't notice I had 3. Okay, last roll. Okay, this is a good start. So 4 3s is 12. So 12 goes in there. And that means another prompt card. And this time it is a play. This was also not helpful because the prompt is a play. That also does not fit Polarthon, Buzzwordathon, or Valentines-a-thon. So great start, thank you YaTBRzy. So I've browsed my little complete works of William Shakespeare, which is one of my most beloved and treasured books. So, and there's only one play that he has that fits into Polarthon, and that is A Winter's Tale. And you saw my TBR for Polarthon. Do I really need to add something to it? Yes. So let's do the third roll. Roll number 3. Okay, 6. I need 6s. So the only ones on the top that I need are 4s and 6s. So roll number 2. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm gonna go with 5s in hopes of the 4 of a kind. Yep, I got 4 of a kind, which is 20. Yes, it is 20. So 20 goes in there, and it is not the highest possible because the highest possible for 4 of a kind is 4 6s, and I got 4 5s. So another prompt, and this time it is interesting historic event. Again, this is very, very much not helping. Not helpful at all, and I'm supposed to be the god of that game because I created that game. Like, the level of disrespect. But okay, the third prompt, as you saw, is an interesting historical event. Like, none of the books on my Polarthon TBR has to do with history or a historic event. Like, most of them are polar fantasies because that's kind of like the thing with Polarthon, that you read polar fantasies even though you don't have to. But I wanted all the books that I have on my Polarthon TBR has to do with something winter, something snow, something ice, something frost. So all of them has something to do with the cold, even though only a few of them are actually polar fantasies. But yeah, an interesting historic event. So the book I came up with for interesting historic event actually works in my favor because it's an LGBT plus book, which means it fits into the white of one of the white spaces. So the bingo board for Valentine's Day is supposed to, you have to like get a bingo, or that's the aim of the game, to get a bingo, which is 3 in a row, either like horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. So this book is what I came up with. It is set during the wartime Imperial Japan, which I think is really interesting. Like, it's not a historical event per se, but it kind of is. Like, it's a war, a specific war during a specific time period. So I mean, like, I know I'm stretching, but yeah, I'm the god, okay? I'm gonna do this. And so it's Confessions of a Mask by Yukio Mishima. So the main character in this book has same-sex attractions. So he is attracted to other guys. And it's war, so I guess this also fits the other white square, which is a book that will make you cry because it's queer and it's in a war, and it says on the back that I think this will make me cry. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. So let's move on to the 4th roll. Roll number 4. Whoops. Okay, this fell off, so I'm gonna roll it again. 1. Okay, it didn't help. 6s, I need 6s. 6s. Another 6, good. And then last roll. Okay, this works. That is 18, so 18 goes in there. And that means another yellow card. Enemies to lovers. Ooh, one of my absolute favorite romance tropes, so good start. And finally, we got something that works in my favor, because we got enemies to lovers, which is a specific square on the red team, which is my team. So you see red square, enemies to lovers, it says right there. So thank you, like finally. But yeah, thank you. So I'm gonna browse and see what I can come up with that fits this prompt. This might be a stretch, but let me explain. I chose recommended for you, and it's not enemies to lovers per se, but it is rivals to lovers, because these two, are they like, is this YA, are they teenagers? I don't know how old they are. Okay, so these two characters, they fight against each other to sell the most amount of books, because if you sell the most, like if you win that race to sell the most amount of books, why do I say the most amount of books? I can just say the most books, like it's the same thing, but okay. So these characters fight against each other to sell the most books, because if you sell the most books, if you're the champion of that race, you get, what do you get? The person working in this bookstore where this is kind of set gets a holiday bonus. So this girl really wants that, and the only one standing in her way is this guy. So rivals to lovers kind of is the feeling that I'm getting from this. So let's move on to the fifth roll. Roll number 5, and I only need 1 4 to get the bonus here, because total has to be 63 for these, and I have currently 62. So I only need 1 4 to get the bonus, which is an advantage card. So I would really want an advantage card. So roll number 5. Okay, I'm gonna go with the 4, because obviously. And roll again. Okay. I only needed a 4 and I only got a 4. So that is a 4. Which means it will be 66 here, which means I will get a bonus of 50 points. So for that roll, that means another yellow card. Immigration. And okay, I had 1 prompt so far out of 4 that worked in my favor. That was literally a prompt that was on the bonus board, the bingo board for Valentines-a-thon, and we're back at it with prompts that do not help me. And this time it's immigration. I feel a little bit stupid now, because I read the 2 books this month in January that would have fit that very, very well. And those books are The Last Story of Mina Lee and Illegal. And I have read both of those. So I'm gonna browse and see what I can come up with for immigration, and hopefully I can fit it into, I don't think I need more books in Polarthon, but if I can fit it into Valentines-a-thon, that would be great. This was a lot harder and a lot easier than I anticipated. I have a few books left, and most of them are nonfiction. But the one book that I have that is not nonfiction is Pachinko. But as it is over 500 pages, I decided that no, I don't think I need that right now. So I chose one of the nonfiction books, and it is The Girl with 7 Names by Yonso Lee. And as it says here, Escape from North Korea. This is the story of her, Yonso, as she escapes North Korea. And I think this will be a very gripping book. I do know that it has some pictures in here from like her life. I think this will be very difficult, but I think it will be also very important. And yeah, so immigration. I picked this one. Let's hope that with the 6th roll I can get a better prompt. Roll number 6. I need a big straight and a 3 of a kind and a pair, like together. And then a chance, which is the question marks. Okay, the one that is closest on the ones that I have is a big straight, so I'm gonna try. Okay, no. It fell off, so I'm gonna roll it again, which really does not matter because I did not get it. So that means that I will have to put this in chance. So 10, 22, 25. So 25 in chance, which is another yellow card, and this time it's friends to lovers. Ooh, my second favorite romance tropes. So the 6th roll was a little bit helpful because I got the prompt friends to lovers. So as you can guess, I will be ending up with a romance book. But unfortunately, there was no prompt on the bingo board for Valentines-a-thon that fits this prompt. So I will browse and hopefully find a book that both fits friends to lovers and something on the board. So for the prompt friends to lovers, I chose Something to Talk About by Meryl Wilsner. And this will both fit the friends to lovers prompt for YaTBRzy, but also a fluffy contemporary, which you can see in this little corner here. So this works, and it has pink on the cover, so I guess it also fits Candy Hearts for pink on the cover, which is up there. Maybe. We'll see if I need to use it for both, but this is for friends to lovers. Second to last roll. And one fell off, which you heard, so I'm just gonna roll it again. A 2. I guess it's closer to the 3 of a kind and a pair, so I'm gonna try to aim for that. Oh shoot. Okay, so last roll, and this has to be a 5. Because otherwise I have to cross something out. And if I cross something out, that is a blue card, which is a punishment card. So let's see. Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna cross out the big straight, because I believe that's the one that is hardest to get to, and I am getting a blue card. Please be kind to me. Ugly cover. Okay, that could have gone a lot worse, so I'm happy about that. Okay, ugly cover. And of course, I end up with a punishment because this wasn't difficult enough for me. Thank you. And the punishment that I got was ugly cover. And I do know that it could have gone a lot worse, so I guess I could be happy that I only got ugly cover and not read a book over 1,000 pages, because no. I thank you for not giving me that, but ugly cover, okay, I'm gonna check which book I can fit into that prompt. This prompt goes against everything I stand for, because I'm kind of like trying to ooze positivity, and saying that a book has an ugly cover is why it's a punishment, because I don't want to refer to a single book that I own as ugly, because they're all beautiful in their own way. But the book that I chose is a beautiful book, but I had to pick a book for ugly cover, and I'm gonna go with Star-Crossed by Barbara D. And the reason I picked this as ugly isn't necessarily because it's ugly, but because, okay, I'm gonna be honest, it's bothered me a little bit that it's like the color is outside of the line and the background is kind of grayish blue and the yellow dots. So I'm gonna go with that this book, I'm so sorry YaTBRzy and whoever designed this, but I'm gonna pick this for ugly cover. This is a middle grade LGBTQ plus romance where one of the main characters ends up playing Romeo for her school's rendition of Romeo and Juliet. So that is exciting that there is a woman playing Romeo and a woman playing Juliet. So I am looking forward to that. So it's Shakespeare inspired because obviously Romeo and Juliet, Shakespeare, I love Shakespeare, like recipe for success. But yeah, so this is the one that I picked for ugly cover. Again, I am so sorry. So let's do the 8th and last roll and hope for the best. Fingers crossed. I say this because in Swedish we say håll tummarna. So I'm saying fingers crossed because it's the translation of our, but I'm holding my thumb. So fingers crossed is I'm holding my thumb because that's what we do in Sweden. So fingers crossed. This looks so weird. Last roll. Of course something fell off, so roll that one again. So that you can all see. Are you kidding me? Okay. So I had 3 of a kind, so these 2 needs to be... Should I aim for another 2? I mean, I can try. A 2. 5. Okay, shoot. This started so well and I end up with 2 punishment cards. So that is another cross out. And the next punishment card is murder mystery. And another punishment because of course February isn't kind to me. And the prompt is murder mystery, which sounds so much like something to read for Valentines-a-thon or Buzzwordathon or Polarthon. Maybe there's like a murder in... Okay, most of the books that I have for my Polarthon TBR, which is 13 books. Let's be real, 13 books. None of them has to do with murder or crime. That is not war, but no mystery. So I'm gonna see what I can do. So for the last prompt on YaTBRzy February was murder mystery, and I came up with this book, so The Fifth Gender by G.L. Carriger. This is a queer romance, an interspecial romance, an intergalactic romance. I don't know what to say. But this has to do with murder because the first line on the back is an alien race with no word for murder has a murderer aboard their spaceship. So murder mystery, I don't think I can fit it into. It doesn't have a color in the title, so no Buzzwordathon. It is in space, so no Polarthon. Does it fit anything for the bingo board for Valentines-a-thon? So here we have the books chosen by YaTBRzy. I am not even going to attempt to carry these alongside my Polarthon TBR because it would be out of frame. But this is my YaTBRzy TBR. So these 8 books plus 13 books, I'm going to read over 21 books. Have I made a mistake picking 13 books for Polarthon? Is this gonna come around and bite me in the ass? Probably, but it's too late to back out of it now. So that was it for my February TBR. Very, very mean and disrespectful of the game I created. Extremely disrespectful, but that's it. And I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave a like if you did. If you want to see more of me and you want to know how the hell I'm going to do in Polarthon and Buzzwordathon and Valentines-a-thon, I'm going to do reading vlogs for them. So I'm going to do the first week of February for Buzzwordathon and Polarthon together. So I'm going to do a readathon of that, and I'm also going to do a Valentines-a-thon reading vlog. So if you want to check those out, subscribe maybe. Thank you. And good reading. Bye!